At the end of the day, the most overwhelming key to a child's success is the positive involvement of parents. Parenting is love, sure, but it's as much about receiving love as it is giving it. Parenthood is a kind of vanity. Rumaan Alam. Everybody knows how to raise children, except the people who have them. P. J. O'Rourke. Parents learn a lot from their children about coping with life. Muriel Spark. Parenthood and family come first for me, and when I'm not working I'm cool with the Teletubbies. Clive Owen. Parents were invented to make children happy by giving them something to ignore. Ogden Nash. There are times as a parent when you realize that your job is not to be the parent you always imagined you'd be, the parent you always wished you had. Your job is to be the parent your child needs, given the particulars of his or her own life and nature. Ayelet Waldman. Parentage is a very important profession, but no test of fitness for it is ever imposed in the interest of the children. George Bernard Shaw. Parents forgive their children least readily for the faults they themselves instilled in them. Marie von Ebner-Eschenbach. There are only two lasting bequests we can hope to give our children. One of these is roots, the other, wings. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. A child who is allowed to be disrespectful to his parents will not have true respect for anyone. Billy Graham. Parents are the bones on which children cut their teeth. Peter Ustinov. Each day of our lives we make deposits in the memory banks of our children. Charles R. Swindoll. Parenting is one of the hardest jobs on earth. Jennifer Aniston. Tiger parenting is all about raising independent, creative, courageous kids. In America today, there's a dangerous tendency to romanticize creativity in a way that may undermine it. Amy Chua. With parenting, like any other skill in life, practice makes perfect. Joe Swinson. We never know the love of a parent till we become parents ourselves. Henry Ward Beecher. When a parent shows up with an attitude of entitlement, understand that under it is a boatload of anxiety. Robert Evans. What parent has it easy? I just never make the difficulty of it an obstacle. I just do it. Marley Matlin. My father was a farmer and my mother was a farmer, but my childhood was very good. I am very grateful for my childhood, because it was full of gladness and good humanity. Roberto Benigni. Parents should not smoke in order to discourage their kids from smoking. A child is more likely to smoke when they have been raised in the environment of a smoker. Christy Turlington. Gentle parenting doesn't involve instantaneous results, but naturally achieved, lifelong lasting results. Kirsty Lee. Many people think that discipline is the essence of parenting. But that isn't parenting. Parenting is not telling your child what to do when he or she misbehaves. Parenting is providing the conditions in which a child can realize his or her full human potential. Gordon Neufeld. Parenting is not giving your child everything they want. Parenting is not being your child's friend. Parenting is about preparing your child to be a useful and respectful person in society. Glozell. I've met many rich kids over the years. Many are very down to earth and work hard. They come from decent parenting. Others, however, are not. Jesse Spencer. I came to parenting the way most of us do, knowing nothing and trying to learn everything. Mayim Bialik. There is no job more important than parenting. This I believe. Ben Carson. The golden rule of parenting is, do unto your children as you wish your parents had done unto you. Louise Hart. I'm not a parenting expert. In fact, I'm not sure that I even believe in the idea of parenting experts. I'm an engaged, imperfect parent and a passionate researcher. I'm an experienced mapmaker and a stumbling traveler. Like many of you, parenting is by far my boldest and most daring adventure. Brené Brown. The parenting style that is good for grit is also the parenting style good for most other things. Be really, really demanding, and be very, very supportive. Angela Duckworth. Parenting is the most important thing to many of us, and so it's also the place we're most vulnerable. We're all a little afraid we're doing it wrong. Glennon Doyle Melton. My mom and dad gave their kids the greatest gift of all, the gift of unconditional love. They cared deeply about who we would be, and much less about what we would do. Mitt Romney. Parenting classes should be mandatory, whether you are adopting or not, and would include an evaluation of your current physical, mental and financial state as well as how ready you are to take on the rigors of parenthood. Our children are our most precious natural resource, and there is absolutely no other way to parent but to put them first. Dale Archer. Parenthood remains the greatest single preserve of the amateur. Alvin Toffler. My mother protected me from the world and my father threatened me with it. Quentin Crisp. Modern parents want to nurture so skillfully that Mother Nature will gasp in admiration at the marvels that parenting produces from the soft clay of children. George Will. Always kiss your children goodnight, even if they're already asleep. H. Jackson Brown Jr. You can learn many things from children. How much patience you have, for instance. Franklin P. Jones. Most children threaten at times to run away from home. This is the only thing that keeps some parents going. Phyllis Diller. Don't stop planning for a better future for your family, but don't forget to give them their moment also. Unknown. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. Just be a real one. Sue Atkins. The child supplies the power but the parents have to do the steering. Benjamin Spock. We are apt to forget that children watch examples better than they listen to preaching. Roy L. Smith. Let parents bequeath to their children not riches, but the spirit of reverence. Plato. Children are our second chance to have a great parent-child relationship. Laura Schlesinger. Children are educated by what the grown-up is and not by his talk. Carl Jung. Because of their size, parents may be difficult to discipline properly. P. J. O'Rourke. I adore my family. I don't love their politics. I think they're wonderful parents. They were dreadful at parenting. Alexandra Fuller. Loving a child doesn't mean giving in to all his whims. To love him is to bring out the best in him, to teach him to love what is difficult. Nadia Boulanger.